historical fiction, every book that we read, we want them to see themselves, and then understand that by you seeing yourself, you understand that you also have a story to share with the world. And so I work very hard to get donations and just really put it in front of folks, because I believe there's plenty of funding out here to make this accessible for our families. And so over the years, we went from being a book club to becoming a nonprofit to starting to host community events in those same neighborhoods that I was speaking of that many times people aren't choosing to be in. And so when I had the opportunity to have my own headquarters, we actually were awarded a grant from the city. And so we have a community art space right here on 107th and Michigan in the heart of Roseland. And I'm excited because it's just been a place where I believe that our families and the community needs to have a place. So yes, you come, you see books, you see art, but you just have a place that you can just congregate and be with your neighbor and talk and work and just have a space of your own. And so I'm super excited. When I met Cameron, I was at a community event at Gately, which is right in Pullman, and again, it's before the school year. I want the kids to be excited. We always talk about our babies don't want to read, and that's just not true. You should have saw these kids excited because they're excited when they see that their faces, that they're the main characters of the book, right? And that makes a difference. Kids don't get excited if it's boring. If it looks like them and they see themselves in it, it gravitates them to want to read more about it. So I'm just excited of what I'm able to do in partnership with Cameron and getting to know you all, because I feel like there's synergy about the work we want to see done.
Wow.
Man, oh man. Attorney Arnwine, if I may, doesn't Attorney Jones, doesn't that sound like when we were in Houston, Texas, and we were taking books to CUNY homes, and they said that those kids don't want to read and that we were wasting our time? And then the exact same thing happened. You can see the parallel that I drew right when I met Jurema. I said, yeah, you got to meet Attorney Barbara Arnwine and Daryl Jones. She's been modest, but since 2018, more than 10,000 children have received books from her organization, and she is an official vendor for Chicago Public Schools here in the city. So I think this is going to be a wonderful, wonderful partnership. I can't wait for you all to meet her on this Thursday.
Yes, now tell people
and Cameron,
quickly.
that's what we wanted you to do. Wanted to lift up this Thursday. You know, it's the Rainbow Push coalition conference, and we're going to be teaming up. TJC is going to be teaming up with RPC, and we're going to do this phenomenal book giveaway on this Thursday. Cameron, if people are interested in finding out information, where do they find out information? When is it? What time is it? And where do they go?
Lovely, lovely, lovely. Yes, the Rainbow Push Convention is kicking off the 58th International Convention on Thursday, August the 15th, right here in Chicago at our headquarters. It's located 930 East 50th Street in Chicago, Illinois, 930 East 50th Street. We're going to start at 11 a.m. To 5:30 with Education Day is on Thursday. You can find all the information on www.rainbowpushcoalition.org. But what we're going to be doing on Thursday, Attorney Arnwine is going to be coming in, everybody. Jurema is going to be able to stop by. We're going to do our Education Day. We're going to block off the street. We're going to do a back-to-school giveaway. We've got book bags, but we ain't going to give you book bags empty. Attorney Arnwine, we're putting books in those bags. Well, rather, we're going to put the books in the hands of the children. They'll put them in those bags. And we're going to do like we've been doing all the time. We're going to set up these tables. We're going to put out these books. We're going to let students be excited to see a book that has their kind of face on it.
Wow. And this is so important, everybody. And the book giveaway starts at what time again, Cameron, so people know when to show up, to bring their children to pick up books.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The book giveaway is slated to start at about 1:30 p.m. We're going to set up about 1 p.m. We're kicking off. Mayor Brandon Johnson will start with a press conference at 11. We'll have some live performances by local artists. And then right after lunch, we're going to feed you as well. Right after lunch at 1:30, we will then begin our banned book giveaway.
Okay. And Ms. Jurema, Thank you so much, because we got to give you a shout-out of love. Everybody on this call, give us a shout-out of love to Miss Jurema, because she is donating 100 books. 100 books.
Thank you.
Let's go.
Thank you.
All right
And
now.
she's already done it. She's already
they're at the building.
They at Rainbow
right
Push
now.
already. I love you.
Thank you. That is serious love for our community. As we close out, everybody, we're going to come to each one of our guests, and we want you to give just a 1-minute shout out of one thing you want everybody in the nation to hear, that you want to say right now, because people are listening throughout the world to this show and in 45 cities in the United States. Tell people that one thing you want to know, and quickly tell people how they can reach you. Let me start real quickly with Kennedy Lightly.
Yes, ma'am. I would say that one thing that people should know is that knowledge is power. So really specifically with our banned books tour and giving out banned books, that is absolutely huge. That there's a reason why these books are not out there for people to be able to read. So knowledge is power and education is key. My name is Kennedy Lighty. I am a student at the University of Maryland, College Park, pursuing my PhD in political science. You can reach me on LinkedIn. My name is Kennedy Lighty, and then my Instagram is at Kennedy Lighty, KENNEDY LIGHTY. And thank you all so much for the opportunity.
Oh, awesome. Go ahead. Down to you, Angel.
The one thing I would like to leave with the nation is what you said, Attorney Arnwine. We give away banned books because you're not going to tell us what we can teach our kids.
Hey!
I wake up and say that. But I'd like to take this time to uplift organizations that I'll be working with instead of myself. Spear Initiative on Instagram. This stands for Showing Political Engagement and Responsibility. And ORCU is committed to spreading importance of local election and mobilizing and building power with these new 40 million Gen Z voters, as well as the Youth of the Let Up Coalition, who is currently organizing a 1 million student mobilization right here in Washington, D.C. on September 27th and 28th. So tap in with those organizations to help us change the narrative, and so we can continue to use this momentum to move policy forward.
All right now. And Jason?
All right, yeah. So, again, like I was saying at the beginning of the show, we have myself, including the others, a part of the Lincoln March, the Freedom 14 at Lincoln University. We're calling out for every HBCU student, alumni, even if your cousin went to HBCU. We're calling you out to help join us in a movement of getting everyone who went to HBCU, looks like they should go to HBCU. We're calling you out to vote, and we're calling you out to stand and do something that's right, and actually, take change of our future and ignite change like we should. And you can find us at the Lincoln March as the Lincoln March on Instagram. And we're moving, we're rolling.
Woohoo! And come on, Cameron, come on.
Okay. Well, listen, I just want to keep telling you what we've been telling you all the time. Knowledge, of course, is power. If they're going to ban the books, I like what she said, they're going to ban books in the education system, in the classroom, then we're going to put libraries in the homes. We want our parents read to your children. Get these books. You read Animal Farm. You read 1984. You read To Kill a Mockingbird. Read these to your children at home. Start a library at home. Meet us this Thursday, August 15th, Rainbow Push Coalition International 58th Convention, 930 East 50th Street. We're giving away book bags, but we're giving away books to put in those bags. I thank God for Jurema. She can speak for herself. Thank you to everybody. I can't wait to see all of you on Thursday.
Woohoo! Jurema, what you got to say?
The one thing I wanted to just share is that Black storytelling is so crucial to who we are as a people, and us being able to preserve our history and be able to see ourselves in history. And so I believe that as much as we've been talking about banned books, it's for that reason, because they're trying to erase us out of history. But it's through the stories, it's through our, even at our table, sharing family stories about coming from the South, Great Migration. All these stories matter because it allows us to see our place in the world. And so if you are just as passionate, support these movements. Also, if you want to learn more about the work that we do here at Burst Into Books, we're on all platforms, Burst Into Book. You can join our mailing list at burstintabooks.org. But again, I just beg us to keep Black storytelling alive, because it's how we are able to make sure our history stays relevant for the next generation.
Wow, Daryl, what a show we've had. Daryl, we have, yes, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, Barbara, it's been quite a show that we've had, just so incredibly informative. Certainly want to thank Dr. Karen McCrae, who was on our show with Concerned Black Men, Cameron Barnes with the National Youth Director, RPC, Jurema Gorham, who just, burst into books. My goodness, burst into action, I think, is what she has done in getting these kids to read and getting them access to books. Kennedy Lightly, part of our TJC fellow from the class of 2024, and Deshaun Angel Edwards, who's just awesome. She also was part of that class of 2024, Barbara. And, of course, Jason Davis, the new graduate from Lincoln University.
Right now.
Very appreciative for all of them for being part of the show. Folks, we encourage you to go to tjcoalition.org to get the information about the training that's coming up September the 11th through the 13th in Washington, D.C., particularly if you're in the area of Pennsylvania, D.C., Maryland, Delaware, or Virginia. We encourage you to go to tjcoalition.org to fill in the application, get the information for the training that's coming up. If you're in the Chicago area, we encourage you to go to the Rainbow Push Coalition convention that will be going on starting this Thursday. TJC with RPC and Burst of Books, that will be kicking it off this Thursday, August the 15th at 1:30 p.m. We encourage you to go to the Rainbow Push Coalition.org site to get more information. And Barbara, it would not be me if I did not put a special shout out and congratulations to, I'm going to call it into the future, Dr. Kennedy Lightly from the University of Maryland, College Park. Congratulations.
All right, now.
There, Dr. Lightly. We appreciate all of our guests. We appreciate all that everyone has done. Folks, we encourage you. We encourage you to
Daryl,
cross the sidewalk, get into the street, and make a change. Barbara.
Yes, I want the people to be very clear. You can also go to Voting Rights Alliance, votingrightsalliance.org for that application form, votingrightsalliance.org, and do keep up with us at tjcoalition.org. Daryl, we coming. Get ready, everybody. September, October, we're going to rock this country. Get ready. Go ahead, Daryl. Take us home.
See you next Tuesday at noon Eastern Standard Time, everyone. Peace.
The preceding program was paid for by Barbara Arnwine.
On the battlefield, there's a saying America's military men and women live by. Never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Off the battlefield, Wounded Warrior Project operates with the same goal. We leave no warrior behind. Wounded Warrior Project is a non-profit organization created to help our men and women returning home with the scars of war. Whether those scars are physical or mental, we're here to make sure that they heal. And whether it's helping those with post-traumatic stress disorder live a normal life again, or giving much-needed support to injured warriors in veterans' hospitals. Because no one deserves our help more than the men and women who risk their lives to keep us safe. Wounded Warrior Project. We never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Learn more about what we do at woundedwarriorproject.org.
News Talk 1450 and 95.9 WOL with the Carl Nelson Show. Weekdays from 6 to 10 a.m. Reverend Al Sharpton keeping it real from 1 to 4 p.m. And the Tavis Smiley Show from 4 to 7 p.m. Download our mobile app and take us everywhere you are or listen live at WOLDCnews.com. The news and issues that matter to you most from Carl Nelson, Reverend Al Sharpton, and Tavis Smiley on 1450 and 95.9 WOL. WOL Washington, D.C. W240DJ Washington. 95.9 WMMJ HD3 Bethesda. WKYS HD3 Washington. WPRS HD3 Waldorf and worldwide at WOLDCnews.com.
The views and opinions of the following show do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of News Talk 1450 WOL, Radio 1 Incorporated, or their management.